The first thing I wanted to compare these companies on is revenue growth over the previous decade, and they've both done a phenomenal job increasing revenue meaningfully, but Pinduoduo has increased much quicker, especially since 2022, growing from 18.9 billion up to 57.2 billion. Baidu, meanwhile, has grown its revenue from 10.2 billion to 18.5 billion, so Pinduoduo growing revenue much quicker than Baidu. However, that revision to the de minimis provision and the impact of tariffs is likely to hurt Pinduoduo more so than Baidu. The next thing I wanted to compare these two companies on is the net profit margin, and they both improved meaningfully, but Pinduoduo more so, with the net profit margin at 23.9%, slightly above Baidu's net profit margin of 21%, but Pinduoduo is improving. However, if you go back to 2022, from 24% to 23.9%, the margins haven't improved by all that much. Pinduoduo invested aggressively in marketing and sales and promotions and incentives to increase the popularity of Temu. I remember there's a website I formerly used. I believe it was called Ebates, which gives you a percentage cashback on your purchases. And for Temu, the percentage cashback had reached 20% cashback on your purchases, and Temu's products were already so much cheaper than they were on Amazon. Recently, I visited that cashback website again because I like to check on that to see how promotional companies have become. It's a little kind of marketing channel that companies use that allows them to lower prices without making really widespread price cuts and discounts. And those rates have declined meaningfully for Pinduoduo. They're not offering as large of promotions and cash back on those websites and platforms that I'm visiting. So the next thing I wanted to compare these companies on is the return on invested capital. Again, Pinduoduo doing much better in this regard, 71.8%. Those are remarkable ROIC figures compared to Baidu at just 5%. This is a huge advantage for Pinduoduo, and one that I think they will be able to maintain. Even though these de minimis provisions have been removed, the company can still generate better ROIC than Baidu, which has a long and significant disadvantage to make up. Click the link below to watch the full video.